Beautiful.
All right, welcome back. Another episode. Episode, I think, 7. I don't really fucking know. We're just rolling, boys. So we start off the cameras. Dude, Nick Rod jinxed us. Because the last time he was here, he was like, how do you know if the camera isn't on? Now the camera wasn't working for PO, but we got it. We're back. Today, 100%. Today, we got an all-Canadian podcast. The fucking boys. Ethan Crelinsten and fucking PO, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Thanks for having us.
No, dude, good to be here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. PO fucking hopped on the White Monster train with me.
I did.
Just
Yeah,
really
for sure.
nice.
Let's cheer it up, man. Thanks for
Shotgun it.
Imagine.
I don't know how you guys did the caffeine this late. It would kill me.
It's 3:23.
yeah,
I'd be fucked. I'd be up to like.
It's not too bad.
I'd be up late.
Really?
Yeah.
When do you cut off caffeine?
11 a.m.
Really?
Yeah, I have like 2 coffees before training, and that's it. If I go like third coffee later, I'm gonna pay for it.
This guy is like the fastest metabolism, but the slowest for caffeine I've ever seen.
Half-life in caffeine in my body, bro.
Have you drinking coffee for a long time, or did you just?
Oh, forever, yeah. Actually, yeah, pretty long time.
Yeah.
Like before you just.
You're an old man now.
Yeah, I'm fucking old, bro. I've been doing everything a long time.
I don't know. I feel like it does fuck with my sleep. If I drink it after like 5, I can feel it. Well, depends how fucking tired I am from work and then training and then lifting. And it's like I'm sleeping fucking regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like,
If I could, I'd have a coffee like every fucking
Hour.
breakfast. Dude, I would. I'm obsessed. Addicted.
bro, we went to Italy for Europeans and they have it figured out. They're like, you guys want espresso after you eat? And we're like, yes. Like, just do it.
Yeah. You were living the real Italian life when we were out there. This guy was out there after the comp, just like banging espresso and smoking cigarettes.
Bro.
That I was not in shock. Actually, I was like, this makes it's like you found the country where you should stayed.
You blended in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that I'm 6'2", then yeah, I'm super white. Yeah, I've like,
yeah, for sure. But you can work on your tan, bro. Like,
yeah, exactly.
dude, you were in your element.
Bro, it was fucking amazing. I just showed up. I've never traveled. I'm from fucking Alberta. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big fucking cultured guy. You know, fucking
Province.
exactly. I haven't traveled much, but yeah, I went out to Euros and had no idea what to expect. But everywhere you look is just coffee, croissants, and then everyone's just hacking
Croissants.
Bro,
You gotta say it right. You gotta go croissant.
I can't do that.
Try.
No,
Come on.
dude,
He's
it's
done it.
Everything.
He just did it.
From Montreal. You
Yeah, but
Yeah, bro.
Say it again.
he doesn't speak French.
I
kind of.
he can
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
Croissant.
croissant.
see, that's not too bad. Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna be a problem there now. I'm just gonna go.
In Jersey, these guys are fucking. Can I get a cheese croissant? I'm like, what the fuck is that?
But that Nicky.
Nicky refuses to say. I'm like, bro, just try and say it. Like it's a French word. Try and say, no.
Nicky Rod or Nicky Rod?
Nicky Ryan will give it a shot. Nicky Ryan refuses. He's like, no, it's America. Say American.
I was trying to say Italian words and shit. I found out tomatoes like pomodoro. I was just saying pomodoro.
Yeah,
shit.
Pomodoro.
I thought it was tomato. I swear.
Yours.
Tomato.
But really you're becoming American, really.
Yeah.
Turning
Are you
into.
guys sure? Are you sure? I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
Let's not check though.
But fuck, yeah, dude. Italy was sick. They just crushed that coffee and then cigarettes. And I was like, I'm in. And it was sick too because I got to compete brown belts Thursday.
Oh, dude.
One and done.
Yeah.
Flew in, compete, and then I was
Then you can just chill.
Drinking cigarettes. I got third.
All
Which-
right. How many matches?
4.
That was a
Four.
good performance you had, like there.
Lost
Yeah.
3, lost the
Sub 3. Lost
3.
Lost
Fuck,
to
yeah.
one of Marlon Tajik.
Who's that?
He's fucking. I mean, he's so good now. He's pretty no,
Fuck you guys up for sure.
yeah, no, he's an Atos guy. So
Oh, yeah.
our division. I mean, luckily for me, I'm a fucking nervous wreck when I compete. So luckily, I had no idea who was in my division. So I looked
good.
at it and I was like, nobody's. It's all good, right?
Great.
Easy work.
And
I
then-
would think they're nobodies.
And then I did the and then I lost to this Marlon kid. I also got super talk about this is not the mindset you fucking have. Last podcast we talked about how like the steel trap of Nicky Rod. Now
Yes, I saw it.
now we're gonna go through the non-steel trap with me. But like I found out bro.
Yeah.
I found out I got the podium and Kieran and PO and Skinner there. And they're like, oh, you're on the podium. here in the semis. And I was like, sick. And I started I just started not concentrating. And Kieran's looking at me. He's like, bro, what are you doing? I was like, buddy, we're good. It's a good trip. I'm already tasting the cigarette in about 28 minutes, bro. I was like, I stopped this guy. I don't. Who gives a fuck? And then afterwards, I was pissed. I was like, fuck. Kieran was like, I knew you'd be mad because you weren't fighting.
Like you felt pissed, like you should have pushed more, or like
I should have just not been like content.
more focus.
Like part of me was like, no, I'm focused. I'm focused.
I felt that before though. Like I think it's normal sometimes. Like you're in a tournament and then it kind of, you know, you're going to be on the podium, so you're like, oh, like it takes like something off of your shoulder in a way almost. But
Yeah,
then
like I made it far enough.
yeah, but then you have to refocus and be like, I'm here. I can do more, you know. But
Yeah.
I understand the feeling though. I've had that many times.
I think a lot of it was just like
I've lost every time.
I think a lot of it's just like the self belief. Like I had like last year was like super ups and downs, but it was like my first year really competing as a bunch. You know what I mean? Like moved here and I just did everything I could. Well, yeah, because I moved here and I asked like you and I asked like Nick Rod. I was like, what should I do? Do you guys like say it? Because I was like, I don't have much competition experience.
Yeah.
And you were like, do everything.
Bro,
And I was like, okay.
I remember like the first really month I was even doing jiu-jitsu, immediately I would compete at least once a month. Some months we'd compete every weekend.
This guy, you were the guy competing the most, I think. It was insane. Like, and it was at a moment in Montreal where there was a lot of competitions, but also like around, like, so you have like Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, like New York. This guy was just like every fucking weekend almost, like
Lose every single time.
But for real, like it's part of the process, you know. Like
a lot of trips, we'd fucking the grappling industries, the random IJFs.
Yeah.
Fucking,
I was competing decently, but not as much as you were. Yeah,
So I just quit. I remember I just like dropped everything, and I'm just like
right away.
Yeah, I'll take a year off and see how far I could get. Like a year off school and see how far I could get. A year passes and I'm like, I can't go back. I still have sometimes. I don't know if you guys, but probably not. I'll have dreams sometimes where I'm like, I'm supposed to be in school, but I didn't sign up or I haven't been going to a class because I did this near the end of CJEP. You know, like it's CJEP.
College,
yeah,
basically.
near the end. When
CJEP is just a Quebec thing.
it's just like
It doesn't exist anywhere else.
Don't you guys have grade 13 too?
No.
Or
What
it
is
just Ontario for a while had
Right.
like
There's grade 12 in some schools in Montreal, but
That's not the norm.
it's not normal. Yeah. Some of my like friends had like grade 12 and shit. But yeah, CJEP, I'd have to fucking that's around the age when everyone's in all my friends, all my high school friends are going to CJEP. They're like, which one are you going to? And I'm like, I don't know.
Dawson.
Dawson and Marianopolis. I just fucking make it up. You'd be like, really? Like what classes you have? I'm like, I don't know. I have to go. And I'd be so nervous that
You were like almost ashamed, or
I'm just like, because I don't know if I'm gonna fucking make it. What the hell am I doing, bro? At the time, jiu-jitsu. What the fuck?
yeah, that
What year is
mind you
this?
was like 11 years ago or something
Exactly.
like that, right?
Exist as
That's like
so you started at like 20?
I started. 19.
Oh shit.
I started at 21. Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
We're late to the party, bro.
yeah, late as fuck.
Yeah.
But dude, at the time, the game has changed a lot, right? Like 10 years ago, first of all, like you say, like, oh, we're doing this full time. Everybody's like, you're retarded because, like, how you're gonna make money, or like it was so different.
People still say that.
Yeah, but it was crazier. Exactly, it was way crazier back then. So
I can't even imagine back then.
So
I
that's
tell
first.
people what I'm doing right now with a job, and they're like, "What are you doing for 60 time?" And I'm like, "I still have."
Yeah, at least you're working, you know. Not like us.
You guys are making money doing it though. So.
But so that, and then the game is really different. Like, cause you could be like a blue purple belt, have like visit Danaher in the blue basement, have a few leg locks, and then I remember as a blue belt beating brown belts in tournaments because I had outside heel hook,
Those days,
and I had nothing else. You know,
you just roll up to a sub only tournament, fucking first outside heel hook attempt. They're like, all right, what is that tap? Oh my god,
bro, no one had no idea.
glory days.
The glory days, yeah. That's like 2016, I would say, yeah. Like, yeah.
Pretty quick. Now,
Yeah, it didn't last too long. Now,
suddenly someone's like, wait a second, I could do something here. I could take your fucking counter.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
It's actually interesting because the game is getting more and more solved in a way, right? Like judo and like wrestling, those games are like you have to be a freak. Started at like 4 or 5 years old. Like the moves, it's always kind of the same.
Yeah. Is worldwide
Jiu-jitsu is like
the same conclusion, plateaued,
it's
ceiling.
exactly jiu-jitsu is slowly getting there, but there's still new meta all the time. You know, like it's
For sure.
yeah.
For sure. I'm hoping I'm hoping I can hit the tail end of that. I started at 25. Started in end of 2018.
Old you hell.
31. I just returned. So I started 2018, October 2018. So going into 2019. And I've talked about this on here before. Yeah, I was just doing it just because my dad was just like, you should probably do something. I was just partying and fucking working.
The chef. I can learn how to get myself.
I gotta fight back.
No, I was just done doing fucking. I was just done doing sports, and he was like, "You should do this jiu-jitsu shit."
What sports did you do?
I grew up playing hockey. That was the main one.
Bro, look at him. What else? Like
You
he
got-
looks like the hockey guy.
Really, dude.
Yeah.
I wasn't fucking good. I mean, I just
Did
played.
you fight?
I was pretty. I got.
gloves off. Fucking.
I was pretty young when I played, man. Like bantam and shit. I played a lot of lacrosse, a lot of hockey. And then I went to high school, and I just was like,
He was so Canadian, bro.
burnt out.
Lacrosse and hockey. Yeah, it's just
Can get more Canadian.
That was all it was.
national sport, right?
I played hockey for a long time as
think
well. Yeah.
Hockey's fucking great. I wish I did. It was just I was a fucking idiot kid. I was just like met kids who weren't playing hockey, and they got to go to parties. And I was like, what is this?
This
And I was like, this is way better than just being in a bus all week.
girls, alcohol.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Exactly. So I went down that fucking rabbit hole, and it was just a big waste of time. And then,
No, that's healthy. I think if you don't do some kind of period of like just being a retarded kid, you're
yeah, I agree. I had this
I
thing.
feel like
bro,
I did
the same
enough
thing.
retarded shit for 3 kids, but they didn't. That's why.
So that's why you're so cool. You're
Yeah.
it's cooler than the average Joe.
I partied so hard, I had to quit at 20. Like at 25, I was like, or no, how old was I when I quit everything? I've been sober for like 4 or 5 years now.
You doing this? He's not sober.
You know velos? Never had a velo.
Oh,
So I used to go Lucy's, but yeah, I quit everything. Just went sober at like 27, I think. So like 4 years.
Wait, so you're like strictly like you won't drink, or are you just kind of
No, especially drinking. Everything else I didn't really have a problem with. Drinking, it was like if I have 2, I'm gonna have fucking 30. Like there's
Yeah.
no governor on the guy, dude. Like fucking.
I understand that. To be honest.
So finally,
No, you fucking psychos. No, I'm
dude,
sorry.
and then no, it's fucking funny. I mean, I'm pretty open about it. I don't really care because I figured it out. I solved it. Like I started dating my fiance, and she was like, we were hanging out, and then a couple months went by, and she was like, "Hey, is it normal that like every time you go out with your buddies, like you guys all don't remember how you got home?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's just hanging out."
Otherwise, just we're not even.
She was like, "You do realize like I've only got so drunk I don't remember things once in my lifetime," and I was like, "Nah, you're weird."
Dude, I feel like I'm talking to myself every time I. Bro,
yeah, that's true. Actually, you
yeah,
said it.
every time I drink, well, like let's say we're drinking, you know,
Yeah.
it's like
Okay,
I don't.
have a beer and stop.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't like have that.
I can have
Issue,
one and
but-
stop. But if we're going 2, I look at
But-
the table and I go, "Are we going?"
Yeah, exactly. That's a little bit how I feel, and also I never puke. I just black out.
Yeah.
You black out and maybe puke.
I never puke.
You sure?
I don't remember.
Swear.
You black out. You don't make you puke. You don't.
Well, I get home and I'm clean.
I get home and I'm naked, so it's fine. I shit myself. I don't puke.
I wish
Yeah,
I had
well-
that rule. If I'm clean, I didn't puke.
That's how I feel at the very least.
Blacked out like that, like zero recollection of like how things played out, like maybe 3 times total.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
That's yeah. See, if I only had 3 times, I'd still be drinking. You know what I mean?
It's countless.
No. For me, it's like maybe like 5 to 7 times. It's not crazy, you know.
That's a 7 times.
I don't know. You?
Fuck.
Countless.
Countless.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
No, I can't.
In
I
my
can't
high school
control
growing up,
myself.
people used to yell "back out" or "black out." Like it was just a small. Like I mean, that's a big town now, but it was a small town. It was just, and I mean, it's just me. I'm just dumb, but I was just like fucking partying all the time. And then my girl was like, "This isn't normal," and then I was like, kind of realized, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So maybe I should stop. And then I just,
It's way healthier at the end of the day, not
Yeah.
drinking, you know. Like
I could for sure.
obviously,
The worst of all the vices.
it's one of the worst.
heroin will get you probably.
Yeah, I never.
We'll get you.
It'll get you.
But then after I started realizing that shit, I was just like, "Okay, I'm just gonna quit because like this is bad." Like I've never been in trouble being sober.
Yeah.
The only times I ever did anything really dumb was being people were telling me what I did, and I was like, that's not good.
Yeah, and then you feel like shit the day after thinking about that or hearing about things. You get like anxiety through the roof. And I don't know if you were getting that. Like,
right.
yeah.
And that was another thing too. My wife was like, she's like, look it, you were great last night. You were hilarious, but it takes you from Sunday to Thursday. Like you have anxiety.
Yeah.
And then by Thursday,
you get anxiety from drinking too much because the day after, like maybe you did some stupid shit and then you become like super like self-conscious and shit like that.
I just like wasn't me. I wasn't at the wheel, bro. What do you want from me?
I don't know if I've ever seen you anxious about things though.
Oh, I just hide it very
Yeah. I think you hide it.
Bury it down.
This guy is the definition of like, he's just like, that's a problem. He's like, let's bury it.
Holy fuck.
I can't do that, bro. I
gotta talk about it to like nauseum and then
dude, me too.
Figure it the fuck out. But my girl's fucking cool. She was just like, maybe you should just go talk to somebody and maybe quit drinking. So I did both, and then it was like fine, and then started doing jiu-jitsu, and then I was like, oh well, I'm doing like competition stuff, so it helps.
You can be drinking, yeah, exactly.
Right. And then now that you're super focused on shit, it's just like I don't even miss it at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't really give a fuck. Like it's not to the point like I'm not like that bad where like I can't go out with people. Like I've met people who are like, if I go out,
They
like
just
I
can't. Yeah.
I can't be around it. Like I don't give a fuck if people are drinking. It's
You
just,
guys ever smoke weed anymore?
no. I kind of
Fuck. It's been at least almost a year, probably.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like weed in general.
Yeah,
I do like it. Let's say I'm at home with my girl. We'll have like a joint. We watch a funny movie from time to time. But like, bro, I can barely like. I'll take 4 puffs. I'm high out of my mind. You know. I can be around people as well.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I hate it. I used to just like about like you were saying
Jersey days.
dude, Jersey days, but even like you're saying, like once you started training, you like stopped completely, right? The drinking. It was like that. Like I thought, I got in my head, like once I started training, I'm like, okay, I'm dropping school. I'm gonna train. I'm gonna like no more weed, no more anything. I'm gonna fucking straight shooter. Not that I was like addicted to it. I stopped within like a day, you know. But then we started smoking again in Jersey. I'm like, I get to Jersey, I start training with the Henzo guys in the basement and everything. I'm like, well, these guys are fucking pot smoking doobie heads. Let me, all right, I guess if it's fine, not stopping them, why not? Perma high for like a year straight. Over the course of like 1 month, it just something like switched in me. I was like, what am I gonna let smoke? I was like, fuck, I hate this so much. Like I can't even like my close friends. I'd be like, I'm being weird. I hate this.
Yeah, you started being like conscious.
Yeah, like
almost.
anything I say, I'm like, oh,
It's weird.
Like,
It's weird, isn't
why did I
it?
say that?
Like for a year you were kind of fine, and then
For
suddenly
my whole life, like I was smoking weed since fucking 13. I was fine, bro. I was fucking running around Montreal, little retard smoking weed or drinking and shit. But yeah, suddenly it just.
I I've tried a few times like smoking weed in training, but I never liked it. I felt like I was like doing stupid shit all the time. So
I think I felt I was doing the coolest shit. I was actually doing stupid shit.
I think that's a thing.
Yeah.
Because everyone falls into the trap when they start. They're like, well, so many people smoke weed and train.
yeah.
And you're like, sick. And you're like, and then there's always someone with the Michael Phelps thing. Like, well, Michael Phelps did it.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
okay. But now I look back and I'm like, was I just really baked thinking I was looking sick?
I think that's how I'm like, I'm in fucking zone, bro. Like, if you were to film me, I'm just like, probably just like barely facing my partner.
You're just less hard on yourself, so you think everything's sick.
Yeah. One thing I will say though, like let's say like a day in New York, New Jersey, we go train in the morning at like 7 or 8, then we go train again. We stay in the city, train again at 12, and they're brutal sessions, long rounds. Then we drive back to Jersey, and it's like 6 p.m. We're beat up, exhausted, and there is another session later, but often I'd be like, fuck that, I'm chilling, like exhausted, tired. And then we'd fucking rip a bong, put some TV on or something, put a movie on, and then I'd be like, a fucking high, watch the movie, and I'm like, kind of fucking, I'm feeling good. Dude, what time is this? Open that 15 minutes, you guys want to go? And then we just end up going, and it's a fucking sick session. I think it would make us care less about it, just build it up less, you know? Like,
See, for me, because I remember those days,
right?
I was the total opposite. I didn't want to train if I smoked. This guy always wanted to move. He's like, oh, I gotta do some push-ups. Like, I gotta move. I just want to sit there and be like completely zoned out. Like, it's counterproductive for me.
Bro, in my early 20s, I'm like that. I would like smoke weed, caffeine. I could like lift. I would clean the house. It was like Adderall. I was like, I could focus. I can do a bunch of shit. Like I had to do shit.
I feel like it would still have that same effect on me, but I wouldn't want to be around anyone. I would want to be completely alone and like go to a gym where I didn't have to talk to anyone. Like I couldn't go to Atomic because I would have to like say hi to people. I'd be like, too retarded. I'd go, I don't even know where I fuck, somewhere just wear sunglasses and headphones and just fucking zone out, lift.
Yeah, if I smoke weed now, I just think of like bills I have coming up, or like, should I do this at fucking Roy Curly?
I have a terrible unique skill of ignoring those things.
How do you do it, man? I gotta learn.
Like,
I'm like, why? I'm like, am I saving enough money to retire one day? Am I doing this? Am I doing that?
Yeah, like, no, I'm not. So I'm just
That's
tomorrow.
Oh man.
Fuck, it's not like I'm killing it. I'm like, what am I gonna do? No,
just accept it. Accept it. Maybe something will change tomorrow, and then if it doesn't, give me tomorrow.
There you go. So that's fucking. We actually had a couple comments. People being like, man, I want to talk to the guys about, because people found out I was Canadian and they're asking about Tristar and shit. And there's not a lot of like you talk, like obviously like you were a Danaher guy, but before that you started with Frost and you started with Frost.
Yeah, first gym ever, Tristar, white belt to black belt with Frost. Yeah,
then,
still there. Yeah.
So what? Because like everyone knows like Frost because of like GSP and stuff. John was there, and then that's how like you guys started filtering people from Frost's to New York. But how did that relationship start with like Frost and John and like you guys going over, because you guys would have been at the inception of it all, right? Or
a little bit after. So like when we came in, Frost was already black belt under John, right? And so Frost would travel with GSP to the Blue Basement in their early days, because I don't know how George started going there. I don't really remember. Maybe you know.
Yeah. So there was I think like some kind of connection with George, or maybe with Henzo, or maybe with other guys like Murillo and Braulio. They would kind of go all over. I remember they would train at Tristar, and maybe they told them about this guy John, who's fucking really good. I'm not so familiar with how that relationship started, but like
I know it was like GSP and Frost would go to. GSP started going at first, and then he told Frost about it. Frost was like, I gotta go, like train with those guys, because in Montreal at the time there was no black belts almost. There was a few, but like
they're illegal to compete in Montreal now.
That was way later. We can talk about that. That's like 2017 maybe or something like. Yeah.
Because it'd be interesting to talk about some of that stuff, because like everyone out west, like especially for me, it was like once I like did jiu-jitsu and I was like, I want to take this serious. Like it's fun as fuck. I think I'm not fucking bad after just starting. I want to take it serious. I was like, am I going to go to America and go to Danaher's? And if that doesn't work, then I want to go to Tristar, because if I can't get citizenship, then I'm going to go to Montreal. And that was like the choice. And that's like a lot of people in like the West. That's what everyone thinks, right? They're like, I want to go to America, or maybe I'll go there. And only some people end up doing it.
Definitely the best spot, the highest skill level in Canada, for sure.
Yeah,
definitely MMA and jiu-jitsu. I don't know who's going to argue with that. But yeah, like George and Frost's original connection with John, I'm not 100% sure how that started, but like I know the rest, and then like that.
How did you guys get into it then? Was for us just like, you guys are doing great, you guys should go to New York sometimes?
So what happened is like we the first time we had like the connection with the DDS, if you want, is for us it was at the beginning of the leg locks, right? Like Eddie Cummings, Gary Tonin, those guys like started like bursting on the scene a little bit, but it was mostly known in the inner jiu-jitsu circle. You're very niche, yeah. And for us has always been like, and still is like super curious, always trying to be at the forefront of like new technique, what's going on, what's the meta, you know? And he had visited like Marcelo, he had visited like Rafa Mendes, all those guys. And he decided to bring Eddie Cummings and Gary for a seminar, and Eddie for a week, I think.
Yeah.
And that was the first time
that was
ever.
The first like crossover that we were a part of.
Yeah. And I remember like going to that seminar and being like, I was a blue belt, like
did
fucking.
You train with Eddie when he came in?
I did, yeah. He beat the shit out of me.
How good was Eddie?
Extremely good.
Again, I started in 2018, so
good.
I never watched any Eddie.
Okay, so at the time,
in a garbage disposal. Bro, it's
dude, for real,
Really?
it was
not just leg locks, everything.
everything. Yeah.
Holy
He was known for his leg locks, right? But like you would put a hand on his hip and he had like shotgun arm bars and like, shit you see today that he was doing extremely well already.
Oh.
And yeah, I remember rolling with him and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
You're
you know,
not
like
safe anywhere.
yeah,
For sure.
Anywhere.
yeah. And so that was like the first like wow moment of like, oh shit, like we gotta learn this. And we started drilling a lot of like Ashy doing rounds and stuff like that. And then we met Gordon because of Tom Breeze.
Yeah, Breeze.
Remember that?
Yeah, Breeze went down the
So-
Henzos, and he would obviously train with everyone.
Yeah.
And we had heard mostly about Eddie and Gary. They were the bigger guys, but Breeze was like, bro, this other guy, Gordon Ryan,
And he was a purple belt at the
and
time.
he was a pro. He was competing like 160 pounds.
He would have been a teenager then, right?
Yeah, he was like
Yeah, yeah.
18, maybe
Younger than
17.
us,
I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah.
And he's like, you know, he knows we've heard of Eddie and Gary, obviously, but he's like, there's this other dude that they're training, Gordon. He's fucking insanely good. He's like better than both of them and shit. He's like coming up, and I'm gonna bring him up.
Because Breeze basically, Tom Breeze was a UFC fighter. He still fights, not in the UFC, but like,
recently,
yeah.
he
He
subbed
got a
the
heel
guy-
hook
the guy
actually.
Brazilian tapped or
Yeah,
some
he
shit.
screamed. I think he had him in an inside heel hook. Yeah,
Okay,
and
he said,
yeah, he screamed like because he was.
also,
I think he Brazilian tap and screamed,
yeah,
but like,
and the ref's like, okay, so I
Yeah.
was like, what?
yeah, it was
Fine.
some controversy.
Yeah,
But
he obviously,
Tom, Tom was, I think it was before his first fight in the UFC, and he was like really trying. Like he moved from England to Canada to train with us, and he was going to New York. He was doing everything like to be the best he can, and he brought Gordon for a week, I think,
for a period of time, yeah,
little period of time, yeah,
and
and
Tristar and
and I vividly remember Gordon just beating the shit out of everyone. And I was like in the cage, I think, and just like watching and being like, what is going on? Like,
yeah.
like it,
That was my first introduction to like back triangles, like, and
yeah,
more to two back triangles and all that shit. I'm like, oh, this is like connecting those two things
Yeah.
never occurred to me. And
and what happened is Taza was training with us, right, at the same time.
Taz,
Oh, yeah, Taz is from Canada.
yeah,
Yeah,
my bro.
he was with us.
Yeah, we were that was like the OG crew, the OG jiu-jitsu crew at Tristar. It was like me, you, Taza, Donald,
Yeah, and
Jocelyn,
yeah, a lot of guys were just like we were starting to because
Z-Boy, Octofoot. I was
Yes.
bro, you fucking this guy, bro, this like breakdancer, stunt driver I saw recently in Vancouver. He was high step passing, like outside passing,
was doing
before fucking everywhere. It was you just like making up. He's like, I don't know, I'm fucking dancing, you know. And it was just like you walk past your guard shit. It was sick.
yeah, he was fucking us up.
What's up, bro?
But that was at the time where like look like the jiu-jitsu at Tristar was that like present, like it was mostly MMA, and for us started putting more time in jiu-jitsu. Eamon, Frost's brother, is fighting next week. Also, he's fighting Jose Aldo.
Aldo.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's sick.
Look him up.
Hopefully, yeah, man.
You guys are
I think
going
he's
to
gonna
that,
crack him.
We're gonna be in
We'll
Montreal.
be there.
I hope we can get it. We'll try and figure. We're friends with that guy. That's it.
But yeah, so we started having like more of a program for
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu, and
Then
then
Louis Mandel.
Yeah.
were like also like they're MMA fighters that we
Yeah.
trained them a lot.
I remember Taza going to Marcelo at the beginning because he was doing the gi a lot, and then he met Gordon, and basically asked Gordon if he could come and train, and then we basically
Just kept going.
started going. He was going more. Him and Taza were going more than me, and I would do small trips.
Yeah.
Actually, Gary let me stay at his house without knowing me
Sick.
at all for the first week.
Oh shit.
I just like asked him, and he was just like, "Yeah, you can."
Underneath the Mexicans.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that house. Yeah.
They're always-
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. He'd have it was insane there.
What-
Fucking hilarious, bro. He rented like a floor in a house, like the I guess ground floor,
The basement.
the basement basically, and the people who lived above was like a family. I think they were Mexican,
I have no idea.
and I'm just saying they're Mexican, and they just had like 40 kids just fucking running up and down this like 24/7, just running day and night.
Yeah, I'm like at the time I'm like I think still a blue belt. Gary let me stays at his place. Like he's like the hottest fucking grappler coming up.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, you can stay with me. Like super nice, you know. And I got my first week of training there, and then this is where the relationship started. They let us train at Henzo's
Yeah.
with Danaher and the guys we met. Nicky Ryan, friendship started, and That was it.
There it is.
Yeah.
And you guys are just like bombing up because what is it? A 6-hour drive? One
5
train?
if you push it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
If
took
Nicky Rod's driving 4.5.
If you're driving, 27
Yeah.
minutes. It's also the border is a big one. If you sail past the border, bro, 5 hours.
yeah. We did a lot of trips that were like stuck in the back of a car, or I took the bus a few times. That was
The bus.
the
train.
brutal. No, I've never. You took the train, right? A few times.
The train.
It's pretty
is
nice.
No,
No.
it's 13 hours.
Oh my.
But it's $80. And you don't need a car, which I didn't fucking have. You don't pay for gas, which I couldn't fucking pay for anyway.
Yep.
And kind of just chill.
And you chill, but like there's nowhere to get food. There's like one fucking thing of, and it's basically like lunch. It's like Lunchables, like that's all it is. And it's like they run out, And the train stock at the border is like fucking 4 hours because they have to
Go through everyone.
go through everyone.
Oh,
And if there's one guy with a problem, they take him in to question it.
yeah.
The train has to fucking wait.
Bro, the bus was filled with French people, from France,
Yeah.
and they all need a visa.
Yeah.
So like you get to the border, all the Canadians is just like they put a stamp, they don't care.
Yeah.
The French people would take forever, man, and it's like a nighttime bus because it's the cheapest, and you're broke. And bro, I remember I took it twice, and I was like, never again. I was like, I'm either bumming a drive or I'm taking a flight because the flights were cheap back then. At some point,
They
I imagine Montreal to New York would be expensive as fuck to fly. Those
It
two
used to
cities?
be like sometimes you could get a round trip for $200, which is cheap as fuck.
yeah.
Back in the days, now it's like way more for sure.
Yeah.
there. If you do an advance, if it's like low, yeah, bro. And I'd always just book one way, so
Yeah.
so you figure it out. But
So
yeah, bro. I remember taking the train. I'm like, never again. And then like, it came time where I needed to go. And I was
you look at your money and you're like,
All
oh,
right.
maybe again.
like, train. Yeah, again.
You start being positive about it. You're like, it wasn't that bad. Maybe it'll go quicker this time.
Yeah, I'm like, we're gonna be good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember some guy got detained and arrested. And, dude, that was he was let off the train in handcuffs. And like fucking 4.5 hours later, the train starts to roll away. I'm like, fucking hell, bro. Got there like 1 a.m. Left at like I don't even know when.
But it was the good old days, in a
There are
way.
definitely times where, like, I feel like if you look back on them now,
Oh.
it's sick. Like,
Dude,
it's a
like,
good story. Like, it's
We were
fucking
staying
dope.
at Nicky Ryan's place.
Also, you had no idea like how it like at that time. No one really, actually, maybe I guess it would have known, but did people like? No one really knew how influential the Danaher and like the Blue Basement was going to be at that time.
I
did they?
feel like we were understanding what
It
we
was
were
building-
part of.
but it didn't pop off yet. Like the big pop was what 20
like EBI, during EBI especially, I feel like.
Guys, it was already like
Oh, really?
the biggest in terms of like branding and success. Like those three guys, bro, Gary, Eddie, Gordon,
Yeah.
were spearheading. Like if it's no gi, you're fucking looking at these guys. They're
Yeah.
Americans. They're fucking leg locking everyone. They're strangling, subbing everyone. EBIs are popping out, and they're literally it's like their ATM machine. Like Gordon would. Fuck, I don't even know how many EBIs he won.
A lot.
And
Yeah. Eddie
yeah,
as
bro.
well.
Gary
Gary.
as well, bro.
Yeah.
And there was a lot at the Polarises too, bro. Gary's match with Tarquino, Polaris.
Yeah.
I forget.
Wait, was it Husmar Palhares?
Yeah,
Yeah, Gary's match with
Yes.
us. Yeah.
dude, that match.
That's a
Like,
crazy
was
fucking match.
bigger than the sport. But it was like insane. It was like that touched MMA fans. That was like eyes on the sport exploded.
That, in my opinion, is still a match you want to show people that don't
Yeah,
know about
that's-
jiu-jitsu.
That one.
That and Cade Andrew.
Oh,
those
yeah.
those two matches,
Yeah.
and maybe some
I remember watching the
side
Crone.
guard jumps. Those two, and then white belt side guard jumps.
I remember watching Cron, Gracie, and Gary.
Oh, yeah, that was
I was
I was like,
insane.
what the fuck?
Yeah, and Gary was beating him too, man.
He came back, right? Crum?
Yeah, I came back and
Those are also the Marcelo days. Right before that, well, that was like the same time as like the Rafa Mendes days, or Bringa days.
yeah. But like I think we knew that we were part of like something big in a way, because it's like it's changing the way people are grappling. It's like that team is hot right now, so
fucking working.
definitely, because like for us it was like, well, at least I'll speak for myself. I couldn't go as much as you guys because like I had work and like stuff, responsibilities. Yeah, I did not ignore my bills. But like,
I luckily didn't have, bro. My parents were sick. They're just my mom more than my dad. Mom was like, "Fucking go for it." And my dad's like, "Oh Jesus." All right. Just get
yeah,
up when you're done.
Shout
I
out
had
Mom
stuff to
Crowley.
pay, you know. Yeah, I had stuff like to do, but I was still, dude. At the time, even like I didn't care. Like sometimes I would like, fucking if it meant like putting bills on my credit card and like trying to invest basically on myself and like getting there and getting some good training, coming back, giving privates, like learning, getting better. It was worth it in my opinion, and definitely was, you know,
For sure.
and we were lucky. Like Nikki, obviously Nikki Ryan, man, and his mom, like they.
Bro, there were days I'd go to New York. I didn't know where I would stay yet. I would just like, I gotta go to fucking get ready. And I would like figure out where I was gonna stay for like these 2 days. I'm on this couch. These 3, I'm on that fucking guy, that place, this spot here. And when Nikki kind of, they moved at some point.
Yep.
Their parents split. They moved at some point to that. Like Nikki's just like, dude, here, just stay at my place. I was like, at first it was like kind of on and off, and I'm like, yeah, this is way better. I'll just stay here. I don't have to move my shit every fucking 2 days. We have a lift in out of the city. We split gas. We split parking. It was sick.
Yeah, we were definitely lucky in that sense because like
So lucky.
like Nicky Ryan really took care of us. Like,
How old is
yeah,
he then?
he was like 15, 14. No, but you know his mom, obviously. But like he asked his mom. His mom liked having the guys around. It was like fun, you know. Like and yeah, they let us stay. Like I would come for a few weeks, and they'd be like, no problem. Like you can stay with us, and like I'm not gonna turn down that opportunity, you know. Like
That's fucking sick. Yeah, because I didn't know like again we had comments and stuff. People being like, it'd be interesting to know that, and I was like, man, I don't even really know about that. I just knew that you guys were just. I just knew that whole Danner, and then you guys made B Team, and then I knew of you guys and stuff like that, but I didn't know like the beginning because like for me like I said, like I started later, and then it was a time where it was like, okay, well at first I just remember like. At first, I didn't want to do it. At first, I like watched videos because I like boxed, I played hockey, I did all this shit. And I've already said this story, but my dad told me to watch jiu-jitsu, and I was like, "You're out of your fucking mind. I'm not dressing up in a fucking karate suit, bro."
Yeah.
And then I actually like
I
watched.
thought it was so gay when I would, because we started sparring first before jiu-jitsu.
yeah, MMA, yeah.
We partner up in the MMA classes before even knowing each other. We were just talking about this the other day. We're like, you know, doing for asses MMA class, like fucking jab sparring, whatever the hell. And I remember I wanted to do MMA originally. I like, this is gonna be what I'm gonna do. And Louis and Neil were like, "You're fucking retarded. You those jiu-jitsu. You can't do MMA, even if it's amateur. Like if a guy knows one sub, he's gonna sub me."
Yeah.
So this guy Neil Shepard, fucking love this guy.
My first ever class was with Neil.
Yeah, he's the man. Just
Yeah.
perma high, fucking solid dude. Love him. I think he has dreads now or some shit. Wow, he's fucking awesome. But proceeds to beat the living shit out of me for like 20 minutes straight. I just like your first guy who actually knows like jiu-jitsu, you know, a few sequences, just you can't do anything, just get around it. Yeah. So it's like, all right, fine, I'm gonna do this for a bit. And I don't even know why I started saying this.
You thought jiu-jitsu was gay. You didn't want
Yeah,
to do
no,
it.
jiu-jitsu was
You wanted
gay.
me to-
All right, fine. It's not gay. It works. And
Look at you now.
so here I am.
Yeah, I was the same. And like, I finally got talked into going into a class, and I went into a class, and there was a bunch of these guys, and like, I mean, the ego of me, like, I was like, I played sports. I was always pretty good at sports. I looked at these guys, like a couple accountants, pretty out of shape, like Cochrane, Alberta.
We'll get you.
I was like-
accountants are the most dangerous.
I was like, this is a joke. I'll try this for one session. I'm going to walk out of here. And then I just got strangled so many times. And then out of pure ego, I was like, this can't happen. Like, I can't have these. Like, I can't live knowing there's a group of people out there that can just do whatever they want to. So I stuck into it. And then 8 or 9 weeks.
I had the same experience.
And then 8 weeks went by, and the guy was like, "Do you want to compete?" And I was like, man, I don't. Like, I'm kind of done being competitive in sports. I'm just going to be a HVAC mechanic or work carpentry. And there you go. And then I was like, hell yeah. And he was like, "No, you should do a tournament, man. Like, you train all the time." And I was like, "Well, okay." I did a tournament, and then that turned into another tournament, and then fast forward 2 years after that, I was like, I'm gonna go to Texas and quit everything and just game fucking debt, because one of the coaches, well, two of the coaches, Corey Guitard,
Yeah,
which you guys know.
absolutely. Yeah.
Shout out to Corey. He moved to Calgary, and I was talking to him, and he was like, man, like, if you want to do this, like, I think you could do it. And if you want to go train with really good people, like, I think it's a good thing. And I was like, dude, I'm fucking 27 years old. And he was like, no, like, I think it's just do it. Like, fuck it. And my other coach had a different way of doing it. Christian Simmerling was like, you have until September, and then I'm not letting you train. And I'm going to tell everyone else in Calgary, you're not training. So you have to go to America and try just for a couple months.
So like he forced you, like
So he like forced my hand. So I went home and looked at Emily, and like my girl like went to nursing school, got her master's, everything, like cross T's, dot I's, like everything's good. And I was like, I'm gonna quit my job as a carpenter. And
Carpenter?
I just work construction. I'm just blue collar, you know.
Canadian Jesus.
Fuck, maybe not. I mean, fuck. But but I went home and I was like, I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna go to Texas. How do you feel? And she was like, I want to travel nurse. So she was gonna go to Detroit. I was like, okay, have fun. Because like she got offered a job in Detroit, and I was like, I'll support you, but I don't want to get in the way. And I was like, yeah, go to Detroit. And finally, I was like, just come to Austin.
Yeah.
Austin's way better than Detroit. No offense to fucking Detroit, but like,
I mean, I think they know Austin's better too.
yeah. So yeah, we packed up.
Winter, you're in the wrong place. I think you should.
I know.
So.
That was my fucking argument. Was like, we're gonna leave a cold place for a cold place. Like, just come with me to Austin. So we came to Austin, and I thought I had enough money saved, and it was just like, thought my passport was gonna come through, and it just was like, just taking on debt, training all the time, and then finally got like a job, and now I'm trying to do both. But like, I definitely don't regret it. It's been fucking sick. Like, it's a great fucking.
You got
time.
much better from like I remember the first time like rolling with you with like
terrible.
Fuck yeah, dude.
No, you got fucking way better from
dude for real, like you got way better, and it shows like because you're there every day and you're like with the best group of guys you can be, you know. So like obviously, yeah, no, but for real, like it will make a difference for
Some
sure.
people, bro, they don't get better. You can't take it for granted that you're like, it's noticeable improvement. Some guys, bro, they just, I don't know if they really put much effort as they could, or they just kind of don't, it doesn't stick with them, but they just stay the same for the whole time they're going, and they're competing, but they just don't really change much.
I don't, yeah. Part of like, we were talking about this on another podcast. That's kind of throwing some shots, but like, there definitely is a thing, and there's I'm not going to name people, but there's a thing, like especially like in the gym, and it's probably in every gym where like, it's probably at Tristar, because Tristar has this big name, right? Yeah. Tristar's known to be sick. B team's known to be like, fucking B team's huge. I think there's people that want to be a part of something, and they're fine with being in there. So they're fine with paying the money. They're fine with telling people, I'm pursuing this.
They're there to take part. They're not there to take over.
But if you actually see what they're doing in practice,
I'm not here to take over.
You look over during drilling, and they're like taping, they're rolling, and like they're rolling their back. Oh, I'm stretching this, I'm stretching that. And I'm like, brother,
get better.
Try something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Like,
so.
But I think you have that. Like that comes down to like your inner character, like the person you are. Like you said, like you walked into jiu-jitsu. Same for me. I walked into jiu-jitsu. I got like my ass ended to me by like the little Asian dude that was 130 pounds, and I was like, I don't remember his name, but he was like a blue belt at the time, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I should be beating this guy.
Yeah.
But obviously I know nothing. You know, so like that mindset of having an ego in a way is good for competing, because it's like you want to win. You want to try to win the exchanges, get better. Like, so if you have that mindset, it will help you get better. But if you're just like I'm getting better, I'm enjoying this, I'm like rolling around and having fun, you're going to have fun, but you might not get that much better faster.
Yeah, and it sounds like I'm kind of being addicted to those people, but if you're happy with that, like if that's what makes you happy, fucking sick.
Yeah.
As long as you're not telling people like I'm trying to be the best in the world, and then you're acting like that, then it's like, well,
that's not good.
Well, don't say fucking that.
Not consistent.
Like, if you're just having fun, then have fun, do your thing. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I got here and I was like, my whole mindset was like, if I'm gonna uproot my life, and if I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna try as an older guy, and like, we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, and I'm gonna put all this money in. Like, when I leave B team, if I go home, I don't want anyone to be able to be like, he could have done more. I want it to be like, well, he fucking tried. You know what I mean? Like, at least like you fucking tried. You know.
Also, there's a window in your life where you can do this. You know.
Yeah.
Like when you're gonna be like 45, like you're gonna be happy you did this, you know, in a way, because it's like you tried, you gave it your all. Like it's part of life, you know. Like if you're just like, oh, what if, or you're just like, all right, I'm gonna half-ass do this, then you might regret. And also at some point you gotta move on. Like there's more than just competition, and there's other stuff going on, you know.
100%. And I was lucky too, because like B team's actually like, it's a good fucking time. I mean, like you meet all the guys because you don't know. Like I moved down here, I've never been here before. I never met anybody. I was like, hopefully they're fucking cool.
Dude, like real. When you move to a new place, yeah. But like jiu-jitsu is good for that. Like anywhere you go in the world, pretty much. Like we know, like through seminars and like traveling and competing, like you meet people. Yeah, you can make friends pretty easily, you know. Like unless you're a piece of shit, you know. But
yeah, but then there's a reason you shouldn't make. Yeah, no one likes you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fuck, you guys see CGI B team just got like kind of soft announced. I saw.
No, I didn't see that.
Happened to see it on. I think like someone else posted it, but I guess it's somewhat out. Let me just make sure.
Yeah, as I say, definitely make sure before Seth calls.
Hey, he just calls him right now.
Yo, what are
He's
you
behind the screen right now. It's just like, yeah.
I know I saw something where like Craig was like he wants to do like WWE or some shit where people are like walking out and shit.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It has to be a show, you know? Like
I do think team events are more digestible for people who don't train.
I agree with you. And I think they're just more fun in general, you know?
So true.
Like and even competing as a team is so much fun.
It's so sick.
It's like you're with the boys, like with the boys. Yeah. You're just like it's just more. There's more energy in a way. Like I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like there's less anxiety and like more energy, and everyone's more stoked because like you share it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like,
did you just share some fake news?
I know it's out there somewhere, but I'm not able to find it to confirm. But it's out there somewhere.
To be determined.
Yeah. Probably going to be announced by the time this podcast.
For sure. Yeah. When do you guys post? Whenever.
Monday or Tuesday, depending. But yeah, like the team event thing. Like, I remember I did like came down here and I did a couple of the 3v3 duels or whatever.
Yeah.
And like my dad will like watch everything. So he's like at home and he's like, all right, I'm watching. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, I like this. And I remember being like, oh, this is something to take note of. Because he was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But when the announcer says it's 1-1 a team for matches.
There's a score you can keep.
And it's whoever wins this last match, that team moves on. He's like, I'm invested. Because I don't need to know what half guard is. I don't need to know who the fuck's winning. I need to know if this guy taps, they're eliminated. It's sudden death. He's like, I get that. So people who understand like playoffs for like hockey or football, they can like get invested a little bit. You know what I mean?
Also, saying this the other day, like we're watching Canes versus Washington.
Yeah.
And like the only reason I give a fuck is because it's a Montreal K. I'm like, this is a team I can get behind, and like I get the, you know, it's like a series of 7, like first to 4, and I'm like, all right, let's go. As soon as K is around, I'm like, I don't care about hockey in another 2 years or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like you said, also like that's why CGI is so good. It's because you have like the team event. It's gonna be a show, and on top you have the fucking canted wall, like the pit.
Yeah.
Like it can only be fun to watch, even if you don't understand jiu-jitsu. You understand 2-person trying to fucking
scrap it,
no and then resets. There's no resets exactly, and the round system. They're still doing it. They're still doing it, right?
Pretty sure. I think they're gonna keep. Or I don't know actually, because it's a team thing.
Because it's a team, yeah. When
they're a round of 5, like
take a long fucking.
But that's gonna.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do round. I don't know.
I don't know. We're in the dark. We don't know anything.
It's gonna come up for sure. But like that whole show just makes so much sense for the fans, you know. Yeah. And the production last time was absolutely crazy. So good. Yeah. I remember because you were cutting weight for ADCC, or we were chilling the Friday.
Yeah.
I think we were cutting weight. Yeah, you were cutting weight. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So and
I was weighing in.
Yeah. So we just watched it on TV, and I was like blown away by the quality of production.
Yeah.
In 3 months,
it's fucking.
So imagine like this time it's gonna be
a year. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be fucking sick.
Is he doing it in the Thomas and Mack again?
I'm pretty sure. It should. That was electric. Yeah, fuck, bro. Yeah, seats were packed to the nosebleeds.
Yeah, on the second day. Yeah, when we went there live on the second day, man.
Yeah, and now there's no overlap with the ACC, so it's
gonna be huge.
Yeah, plus it's Masters Worlds, right?
Oh, so all the
Yeah.
all those
weekend.
all those old.
Fuck
Well,
yeah.
that's us now, huh? Masters.
fuck.
We're all masters here.
Bro, I went on to fucking IBJJF to sign up for a tournament. It was like, Masters or adult? I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, you talking shit? I punched the fucking laptop.
I've
I was
been
like,
2 years in that dilemma. I'm just like, no, adult still.
Yeah. Once you make the decision to go Masters, that's officially the. Well, I mean, the Meows go Masters. Right?
Well, they do it because they enjoy competing, and they're like, it's
also
fun.
won how many
Why
world
not?
titles?
Dude, these guys are.
Their knee bends like fucking everywhere.
Yeah. Oh.
With CJI, did you ever? Because you're pretty big, 66. Did you ever think about doing?
66.
Did you ever think about doing the minus 80? Or because there's above 80, below 80. Did you ever think about pushing to do the below 80 with CJI? For last year's CJI.
Oh, I mean, I was doing 66, but like, if I were to do CJI, I would above 80. Fuck no.
No, but like,
below 80.
but like,
sure.
was there any thought of you where it was like, maybe I'll try to get in the below 80 and like not do 80cc, or were you like, I'm just gonna stay 66?
I mean, if no other B team guy was in there, I'd consider it, but minus 80 is way too big.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing in there? You know, it makes way more sense for me
To do
to
ADC.
do
Also,
CC.
There was a while there you were fucking
but-
walking around at like 170. You got up to 175, didn't you?
I think maybe like
I don't think
I
I've
thought
ever,
for a bit you were 170. I was
I
like,
know I look like that, but no.
Dude,
he has, like,
if I
tiny legs, you know, strong legs.
My legs are thin but strong, but I'm all lat. I'm just pure lat.
He's one lat walking
Yeah.
around. It's just one lat.
With some
But-
organs keeping it all
Yeah.
together. And
no, for a while there I thought
minimal brain, just mostly lat.
A lot of LDL in those.
That's pure LDL.
Yeah.
pure as that.
I've thought about doing 77, but even that, like, that doesn't make sense. Like, that would just mean I don't feel like cutting to 66. Like,
Also, at that moment, no one from 66 pulled out. So it was like
it was
the
a
best
full
division,
It
the
was
hardest division. You win that division, it's like, it's huge, you know? Like, so it made no sense for you for sure. And what, we had Joe and Kenta in that division? as
Joe,
well?
Kenta, and Nikki.
Oh, that's true.
So one of the
So, like,
4 BT guys.
yeah.
cramped,
Oh
like,
yeah, I
like
guess,
that.
yeah.
Luckily, I got ACC and lost, just like
fuck.
to get it. Hey, that's how it goes.
That was a crazy match.
Adversity.
That was
What did Volk say?
adversity for privilege.
Yes, for privilege. I'm privileged. Let me tell you. Adversity and I fucking.
Aren't we all?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck, man.
Jeez, I mistress.
I remember watching that match at the fucking house. It was like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. Who's
Shit sucks.
next time?
Next time. Yeah, I've been saying
Get
next
that
time for you.
get that paddle on back, dude.
Dude, you still in there? Still fucking scrapping?
Little things to fix, like decisions.
Go win CGI now.
CJI. That's what's on the menu.
Lots of money.
That's what I asked Nikki.
Insane cash prize. Yeah, bro. Like, obviously ACC is life changing, but it's like the residuals that are life changing. It's not the.
It's not the
Did he-
actual cash price.
And also, aside from the monetary value of it, it's the glory. Like, I've been thinking about it since I fucking started. It was like, this was the goal. Like, you watch these guys like have fun. Marcelo.
It's inspiring for sure.
Yeah. So it's forever, and still is for sure. But yeah, right now CGI, that's like life changing. Boom, right there. Obviously, residuals too. Like, you're a fucking star if you like Tackett and Rotolo. They're already huge, but like after that match, bro, whether neither of them won $1, they'd be rolling in it from how much demand.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember like something clicked because we were watching it at Z's place, and it was me and Z, and then our girlfriends. And I remember Emily looked at me and was like, "This is actually fun as fuck to watch."
Yeah,
With the Cade and Tackle one, I was like, "Oh, there's something here," because she doesn't give a fuck about this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the fact that she was like glued to the TV,
It was
crazy.
like it transcended just jiu-jitsu community. It went like that could go, not only it went viral, but like that could be watched by anyone being like, this is fucking sick, like obviously.
It was kind of like Forrest Griffin and like Stephen Bonner.
Yeah.
That's
So it's a moment like
off.
that for sure.
yeah.
I totally agree. A little bit like we said about the Polaris match with Gary, that was a big moment for jiu-jitsu.
New eyes.
Yeah.
It gets shared. It's like, bro, check this out. What is this? Oh, jiu-jitsu. What the fuck is that?
The guy's just a tank fucking just up.
Wait, Gary's zipping around him like.
Yeah.
fucking-
Bro, that guy's fucking terrifying too. He was just
He is.
raising people.
Yeah.
People are tapping. He's like, "Cool, I don't care."
He's like, I don't
Yeah,
speak
and-
English.
And Gary fucking put it on him, man. Fucking popped his leg pretty bad.
For sure damaged that true trunk of the leg. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. Fucking Gary's gas tank it needs to be studied.
It's crazy.
Bro. Yeah.
Would he do a lot of cardio or like does he run a lot? Like,
He was doing some cardio, like when he was getting ready for stuff. Remember, he had that
Oh yeah, Versa climber.
Versa climber,
I think he's just one of those guys who like is very loose
and moves a lot.
And that's where he gets his endurance. And he doesn't like stress. He's never competes.
He's not
well.
tense.
Never tense. He's strong, but he's not like.
That's the opposite of me, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking tense, framing, gassed out in 2 minutes.
The tenser, the stronger. Fuck that.
Well, you got a pretty good gas tank. Like,
you're
shut up. You're annoying.
I get tired. I just
Keep going.
conceal it, and I'm just like.
Well, you got a good.
What are you talking about? You made 2 people puke today.
That's true. I made 2.
Gas tank PO, dude.
Well, trust me, it was not gas tank. Yeah. It was not related to gas tank. First was Ben Hodge. He just like we were not even rolling that hard, and
Penn Hodge might be partying.
yeah.
Let's get fucking real.
Yeah, he was a bit all fucked up. The Ben Hodge, the usual, you
He's
know,
the
like
fucking man, but he
then,
might have went to a rave.
at some point we like he gets my back, he finishes me, we reset. I just take his back like for fun because he's just sitting there. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take his back, and he just goes like tap. I'm like, you all right? He's like, I'm nauseous, and he lays down, and then he just goes,
Oh.
bro, over his face on the mat and on the floor.
Oh,
bro,
no.
Yeah, I didn't tell you the story. I'm so glad we're.
He didn't roll over.
Kidding me?
What? No, he just laid on his back because he's like
He goes up his
he's trying to tell me like after like oh I wanted
Was
to
he
keep
out?
it in.
What camera angle?
No, he was not out. He was just sitting like trying
It was
to
the very
by the
end,
entrance.
so-
This one
We've been 11.
and
What time?
bro, fuck 1 p.m. maybe like something around there.
Early
You'll see
in the rounds?
at the end of the round like basically.
Dude, shout out to the guy.
We're sitting for a while, and then he asked me to roll. And listen to this. He just pukes, and me, Nikki, and Damon see this, and we're just like, what the fuck, you know? Like, why you didn't go to the fucking trash, you know? And then, bro, Nikki is not a man of a lot of emotions, you know? Bro, he couldn't stop laughing. He was
Fuck yeah.
dying.
Bro, Nikki
it was
dies
so
laughing,
funny.
It's fucking. Is it now or after?
After you'll see me, we'll roll together. Like, and what else? Then I rolled with another guy from. He had the 10 Planet Rash Guard. I don't know, long
He
hair.
wrestled. Someone told me he wrestled D1 or some shit.
I know.
back
it
in
was-
the day.
Bro,
Didn't feel like that at all.
Oh, maybe it's a different guy.
Maybe a different guy. Yeah, he didn't feel like it.
Shout out to this guy though, regardless of his wrestling, because he took the bag with him and threw it out.
yeah, he did.
As a guy who
He-
fucking works there,
Yeah. That's a good move.
That is a great move.
dude. I don't know. It's
Guy
like
puked
fucking
like 2 weeks ago when Vince was here. We were training at night, and yeah,
Like, go
we're
forward.
gonna skip with it. But yeah, he also puked.
veteran fucking move though.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh no, not.
No, keep
Opposite
going.
of Ben Hodge.
So, yeah, opposite. Total opposite. I swear, you're gonna,
Can't wait.
dude, you're gonna record that shit. It's so funny. But that guy, we were like wrestling, like subbed him a few times. Like we're not going too hard, you know. At some point, I'm like, oh, I want to wrestle with him, and
Here
I
we go.
shot a few like double, like head first in the stomach.
Here we go.
Oh no.
It takes a few seconds. Yeah, and I think by shooting in his stomach, probably he was already not too comfortable. Someone told me he puked
Hit him
before.
in the fucking jejunum, dude.
Bro, at some point he stopped. He goes like, "Wait a minute." I'm like, "You all right?" He goes to the bin and he just starts puking. I was like, 2-2 today. I fucking Ben Hodge might have submitted me, but I won the war. Yeah, it takes a good 15-20 seconds. Think we can see it on the camera? Oh, dude, you'll have to
Just
give
out.
it like
I'll send it to you.
Just
I'll send
out
it to you.
fucking Ben Hodge. He literally just
Go
puked
Ben-
right on his fucking back.
takes like yeah. Takes like a little bit of
Oh.
time.
Oh,
Oh no.
Not yet. No,
Oh no.
he did not miss it. He's gonna lay down again, I think. Oh yeah, he just did, right?
what the fuck?
Did he do it?
Yeah, I think he just did. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. It's look. I get up and he'll do it just after. Show it to the side, so. He goes like, I just puked. You can't see it that good, but he goes like this, and it goes like,
anytime I'm fucking nauseous, you go to the fetal position.
right?
The chunks right there.
Oh man,
Oh wow.
Bro, what was worse about it was like when, cause that's,
I didn't even notice this. I was right there. I'm like, oh, what's
bro,
going on
we
here?
were dying.
bro, that was the round. The buzzer went, and right after that, Nicky Ryan comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, can you play guard?" And that's when he did like the guard game with you.
Yeah.
We're literally, look, you're right there. We're about to do it.
And when I sit down to play guard, I'm like,
I smelled
like
Really?
I fucking puked, dude. And then afterwards, people were like, "Oh, I puked." I was like, "Here, like where I played, where I was lying on my back for 10 fucking minutes,
yes,
bro."
Yes.
Look,
You were rolling around in it.
Bro,
Yes,
he-
fuck
he
yeah,
got
dude.
Kleenex and like Kleenex at first, and then he got more Kleenex with the Purell,
Oh my god.
and he was just like on the
Freddie
mat,
just
like,
steps right in.
Oh, Freddie, bro.
Freddie just steps right in it.
bro, that's fucking hilarious.
It smelled weird. I'm like,
He was just telling me like, oh, I kind of feel sick. I'm like, you didn't want to tell me this before we rolled, like,
you want a fucking
bro,
party?
like,
Bro, do you guys remember the ADCC camp where J Dog puked everywhere on the mat?
I don't think I was there yet.
I vaguely.
It was so much.
What
Yeah,
happened?
yeah, I remember that.
He didn't even try to go to the garbage.
No,
he
he-
just went on the ground, puked everywhere. And
Yeah.
Like, how is it your first reaction to lay there?
no, but what made it fucking worse was people who just started like blue belts, I think thought it was cool.
Oh man,
And it showed that you worked
Not to
hard.
do it.
nah.
So 3 weeks later, numerous people are trying to like puke on the mat. And finally, because I fucking worked there. Finally, I was like,
Guys, stop.
go to the fucking garbage. Like, bro,
Hey, go to the garbage.
enough of this shit. Like, I'm not clean. Like,
Yeah, that's
stop.
disgusting.
Like, it's not cool.
It
Go.
smells so.
You can puke in the toilet. You're still working hard. Like,
Yeah, like that second guy puked in the bag, tied the bag,
I was-
got a
That
new
guy's
one.
sick. He did the
That-
same thing when he puked with me. I
Oh, he
will-
puked with you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I thought the same day. I
No,
was like,
no,
that's
no.
crazy. He's still
No,
more.
but that's funny. So yeah, credit to him for he did the same thing with me. He took the bag after.
hell yeah.
He's a veteran.
What's funny is
My first rodeo.
his follow up was he goes, washes his hands, and then he's like, "All right, let's finish the round." And he still has some puke in his hair. I'm like, "Bro, let's stop." And he's like, "All right."
He came to me and he said, "Sorry." I was like, "Nah, you're good, bro."
It's all
like,
good,
It's,
dude.
it's all
It is
good.
what
It is.
But I'm like, I'm not finishing the round for sure.
You did he want to continue the round?
I don't know, but I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. No, man, that's stop.
Right. I mean, there's that, but then there's also fucking Nick Rod, who's like spits in his rash guard, and he's like, "Let's keep going," and then he smother taps you.
Yeah.
Bro, one time he did that to me,
Bruh.
and he did that. He smother tapped me, and I was like, "You motherfucker!" He's like, "What?" And I was like,
You said you motherfucker.
"I was like, bro, I was like, I don't need your shit. Like, I don't need Nick Rod.
inside your eyeball.
Like, I don't need it." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "You got your fucking saliva in my fucking mouth, dude." He looked at me. He was like, "Yeah, it's like putting what the fuck did he say? It's like putting it's like putting racing gas in a Prius. You're welcome." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Called you a Prius?
Yeah, he called me a Prius, and it said he was. I was
That's
like,
brutal.
he's like, "Yeah, it's like putting ethanol in a Prius. You're welcome." And I was like, "Fuck you
There's
big
nothing he can do.
fucking asshole, fuck, dude."
Rodism.
Damn.
Fucking guy. But all right, I think we're gonna cut it there. Declan's been ending these with the same question. I'm just gonna ask you guys: what's the end goal for PO and Ethan Crelinsten?
I start, you start.
You go for it, man.
All right, end goal. Live a happy life.
There you go.
No, but
That's
for
basically
real,
what Joseph said.
if I make it more like end goal, really, I'm at a point where I just want to like keep competing because I want to try to get the best I can be, and also like start a school, have like build up guys, and just enjoy doing jiu-jitsu, teaching, living life, great life, happy. That's it for me. That's really it.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's fucking sick.
Dude, yeah, live a happy life. That's definitely what it boiled down to. And like things that'll involve a happy life are achieving your goals. Definitely winning the things I want to win. But outside of that, like being able to give back to my family who helped me so much, my friends, and ending up happy. Whether that's my own gym or whatever setup, wherever I'm gonna be happy, family, rich would be great. Yeah, man, just fucking content and goals achieved.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think goals achieved to me is it's a big one. Yeah, for sure. Whatever the goal is like making goals every few years and like trying to get there and like
staying busy, keeping after it. Big. I never want to be bored. That's like,
yeah.
I don't think I ever will. I think I'm like gonna stay busy and forever till I die.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of a little bit like that. You always got to keep moving.
What about you? What's your goal?
Fucking twist wrenches, have a good time.
Let's
Nah,
go.
man. I mean, keep competing, get as good as I can, work as hard as I can, and you know, hopefully just be able to do something. Eventually, maybe coach. I mean, right now I'm still in the mind of I don't think I've competed to my best. I think I'm still getting better, so I still want to chase competition as long as I'm down here. And
you got to coach in the same style as your breakdowns.
Dude, the breakdowns are so sick. Man. Keep doing, yeah.
You're gonna hit like 300,000 followers in my fucking 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully that'll.
You nail a few.
I fucking hate doing, dude. I fucking hate posting and shit. I hate. No, I just hate posting on Instagram.
I know.
And I'm doing it a lot lately, but I feel like
you
found your niche, bro. Yeah.
But every time I do it, I'm like, you idiot, this isn't funny. And
No,
I
bro,
just post
people-
it and run away.
You should see, like, everybody tells you it's funny.
Yeah.
It's not because you were trying to be nice, you know?
Yeah.
If it wasn't funny, I just wouldn't talk about it. Be like, it's great.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah, fuck. No, we'll keep doing that. But yeah, I guess just, I don't know, I keep doing jiu-jitsu. Hopefully can get good enough to where one day I can maybe go home and train people and kind of give back for everything that I've had. But I will say to end this, might come off as corny, but it was a big motivation having guys from Canada. When I first started, jiu-jitsu, I was like, how the fuck am I going to do this? There's a bunch of Brazilian guys or New York and stuff. And then I found out like, oh, he's fucking Canadian. And then I saw you do really good at Pans, and I saw all this stuff, and I was like, there's another fucking Canadian guy. And I remember watching that, and I was like, this is fucking, I was like, it makes you feel like it's more like, it's like motivation. It's like, okay, it's more attainable. Like Canadians did it. I can do this. And then it made me like, wanted to like, was like, I want to be like the first like Calgarian or like Albertan. And I was like, I want to grow it in Canada. Cause like one thing I think Canada has is like, we do fucking, like Canada's down for Canada. Yeah. So watching you guys do it was a really big driver for me to come out to the States. So I just want to say like, shout out to you guys. Like people notice and like, it definitely motivates the fucking boys. So thanks for taking the first step and like really pioneering the way. And thanks for coming on, fellas.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Subscribe.